Thank you so much for joining us for our first ever interview with the experts. Please tell us your name and a little bit about your role here in Osceola School District.
My name is Lakisha Scott, and I am the district's PBIS and bullying prevention specialist. And I'm so thankful for this opportunity to share this information with more families on what we can do, with an emphasis on we, in order to prevent bullying in our schools.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so excellent. Tell me a little bit about bullying and bullying prevention programs that we offer in the schools.
So bullying is repeated hurtful behavior where there's an imbalance of power. Imbalance of power means that one student is at a disadvantage, such as being smaller. The other kid may be older or be more popular or have more social influences. And when you have that, all of these advantages targeted at one student, it makes it really hard for that student, the victim, to defend themselves. So that is why it's so important that we understand how bullying can impact students. We need to understand that it can affect their emotional well-being. It can also hinder their confidence in school. That's why it's important that our schools have bullying prevention programs. So in our schools, we create these programs to aim at building a positive school climate, right? And we do that through PBIS. PBIS stands for Positive Behavior Interventions and Support. All of our schools are PBIS schools, and we utilize that framework in order to teach students what is appropriate behavior. Gone are the days where we believe that kids just show up and know how to behave. So through PBIS, we teach students how to treat others and what to do when problems or difficulties should arise. So when we combine PBIS along with training teachers on how to recognize bullying or how to respond to bullying, and then we also don't want to forget the kids. We got to make sure that we teach our kids what empathy is. We also have to teach our kids what they need to do if they're ever in that situation. So by combining all of these things, this is how we prevent bullying in our schools.
Wonderful, wonderful. So important. So how can students help prevent bullying and get support from adults at school if they experience it?
Oh, that's a really important question, because we want students to understand that we want them to be upstanders. If they see something, we want them to say something. We want them to look out for each other, take care of each other, and include others. But most importantly, Angie, the one thing that we want them to do is, if they should ever encounter bullying, we do not want them to participate in it. We want them to walk away and communicate to an adult what they have seen. Because gone are the days that we assume, once again, that kids get it. Like, oh, they're going to understand that that is inappropriate of how they should treat other kids. We have to train them in what that looks like. We also have different platforms where kids can report anonymously if they're being bullied. We also want kids to go up to trusted adults and share with them what they have seen or experienced on our campuses. And we also need our adults to be a relationship with kids so kids can feel comfortable walking up to them and sharing with them what they've experienced.
Absolutely. All right, wonderful. You mentioned some platforms where students can report concerns with bullying. What are some of those platforms?
So for our district, we have OnFlow, where students can go online and report any type of bullying incidents that may have occurred. And we also have Fortify Florida. But most importantly, on their campuses, they have trusted adults. They have teachers, counselors, and school administrators that they can also report bullying to.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And then how about at home? How can families support their students and help prevent and address bullying?
This is so important, because we want to make sure that families know that it starts with them. We want parents to have that conversation with their students each and every day, asking their students, how was your day? And do not allow them to get away with that one simple answer, it was okay. Or as my daughter liked to say, it was eh. We want them to elaborate so we can get a glimpse into what their day-to-day look like and how we can begin to help them problem solve difficulties and issues that they may have at school. We also need parents to make sure that they are monitoring what their kids are doing online. We need to be sure that parents are aware who have access to your child? Who are your kids socializing with online? By doing that, parents are aware and can protect their kids from online predators and being involved in online cyberbullying. So those are things that we need parents to be aware of. And the last thing, the most important thing, is to make sure that we are aware when our kids' behavior change. Right? So if you have a kid that used to be excited about getting up, going to school each day, then all of a sudden they're like, I don't want to go to school anymore. That is something that we need to be aware of. If you have a student that used to make really good grades, and then all of a sudden now they're bringing home D's and F's, that is something that we need to be aware of. And then the last thing, if your kid is coming home and they have bruises or scratches, those are all things that should signal us as parents to open that line of communication with the school and start having that dialogue and say, hey, have you noticed any changes with my kid at school? Can you check in with my child at school? Because at the end of the day, once again, that open line of communication between parents, the school, and the community is truly the way that we effectively prevent bullying in our schools and create the safe and learning environments where all of our students can thrive and succeed.
I love that. Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you.